G'day sports fans and poet lovers, filet mignon here from Medium Rare Poetry. Today we have a sporting theme because at the end of September, every year in Australia, we hold the AFL Grand Final. Now, AFL stands for the Australian Football League, where we play our own version of football, which is sort of based on Gaelic footy, but much better and much faster. This sport was invented about 100 years ago for our cricketers. Our cricketers play in the summertime and they would end up in the pub for all of winter. So they had to invent a sport to keep them fit over the winter months, and that's how AFL came about. Anyway, we play the grand final at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, better known as the MCG, at the end of September every year. And teams from around the nation vie for this wonderful spot where two teams finally come together. You know what it's all about in a grand final. And the pressure is enormous. The winning team rides high and the losing team sink to the depths of despair. Anyway, last year, 2024, my team made it to the grand final. So I wrote this poem, Footy Finals Fever, in anticipation of what just might happen. So I'll let the poem speak for itself. Footy Finals Fever by Filet Mignon. A footy's finals fever has descended on our house. Our favourite team has made it, and to me, that's pretty grouse. 8 long months of battle with a bunch of ups and downs, success and disappointment led to smiles and worried frowns. By lending pure encouragement, my team at last prevailed. I sent a letter to the coach, put wind right up his tail. So now the culmination of a season filled with struggle, at 2 p.m. we'll lock the doors and buy the TV snuggle. The game is played in Melbourne, though the teams are nationwide. This is the long tradition where headquarters staff reside. It's at the mighty MCG, the largest in the land. 100,000 devotees can fit within its stands. The money generated makes the meanest banker smile. Each seat is worth a fortune as within the patrons pile. The oval is enormous, a requirement to play. This game is free and flowing in an Aussie kind of way. It's not like clunky gridiron with their helmets, pads and fluff, where every other minute there's a stoppage to discuss the next pre-programmed action to advance a few short yards. Our game is running constantly. Protection, mere mouth guards. It's certainly not soccer where they tap the ball around with fancy fumbling footwork and the ball won't leave the ground. For Aussie rules a kicking game. The ball heads for the sun. It's fast and fierce and furious, and that is half the fun. And so the game commences with the first of 4 fraught quarters. We've laid on much refreshment for the wife and sons and daughters. Our ladies love this game as well. The close-up shots are handy, enhancing virile athletes, some suggest is fine eye candy. This game is where the big men fly, at 6 foot tall and greater, the flimsiest of uniforms, a muscle show to cater. But down to business now at hand, the whistle has been blown. Is it revealed unto the ground the seeds of victory sown? The sun is blaring on the grass, the springtime heat turned on. The sweat is flowing freely and their cool cologne is gone. A constant rehydration is the backup crew's new scheme. The chance of drinking victory could evaporate in steam. They play on unabated as the heat won't change a thing, to kick more goals in rapid time and make their fan base sing. The countdown clock is ticking and our team has lost its way. The pressure of the final had a detrimental sway. The second term saw howling wind blow strongly down the ground. What luck! It is behind us, and the goal space now is found. It's nothing like a bit of breeze to boost your floppy sails. Our boys are running rampant, no more sluggish slacking snails. Their foe runs round in circles as they try to mock the wind, as nature strips their winning lead, and so their cream is skimmed. This game is of endurance, whereby stamina is king. To tough it out and don't give up, give sporting folks their zing. We now have reached the half-time break. The scoreboard numbers tie. The tension in our lounge room reaches close to manic high. The long break entertainment is a tribute to the past. Ex-players are paraded, for nostalgia is a blast. These once fine agile legends are the modern game's detritus, guiding golden wheelchairs thanks to AFL arthritis. The injuries are many: ankles, shoulders, feet and knees. The orthopaedic surgeons dining out on a feast of fees. At last the third instalment brings a surge of flooding rain, the pristine grass now waterlogged to add a touch more pain. See, Melbourne is renowned for its 4 seasons in one day. Grand finals are the showcase where this trait is on display. The ball is saturated and assumes the weight of lead. Instead of bouncing freely, it will hit the ground stop dead. The pressure on the players makes their running extra hard. With soggy boots and undies, tired legs seem like they're tarred. Come rain or shine, they must press on and reach down deep within. The fairy tale of courage is emerging from chagrin. Our gritty blokes rise from the mire to glide across the water, and kicking goals with gusto, their opponents feeling slaughtered. The audience ecstatic, though they too are soaking wet. This will be one grand final that they never will forget. By end of term, our team is leading by some 20 points. A wave of optimism washes all around our joint. Quarter 4 commences and the clouds have disappeared. The sun is shining brightly, though a chilly breeze is cleared. We must not be complacent, as we learn throughout the year. We'd squandered our advantage, and that lapse has cost us dear. But true to form, this marathon has weakened our resolve. The heat and wind and rain have seen our focal point dissolve. The other team has managed to eclipse our score by 2. Could all this toil and suffering lead to a pile of poo? And in the final seconds, our best player takes a mark. This means he has a shot at goal. The consequence is stark. He draws on his composure, though exhaustion means he's spent. His memory then recalls the nasty letter I had sent. Uncertain terms had threatened that unless they did improve, I'd urge their clubhouse treasurer to have their pay removed. With this in mind, our hero aimed his kick between the posts and slotted a 6-pointer to dispel a loser's ghosts. The silent crowd erupted as the final siren blew. We'd won the flag and all our apprehensions thus withdrew. Our lounge room then exploded in an air-destroying roar. We felt this new elation like we'd never felt before. The carpet and the walls were littered with our winning spoil of beer and half-chewed peanuts making up the bulk of soil. And then it was all over. The adrenaline was spent. Our future looked so boring with no cheering shouts to vent. We vacuumed up the debris, anticlimax formed in me, and then another burst of joy. The replay on TV. Well, the result, drum roll, was that we won. It was so exciting, but it wasn't as the poem predicted. As can often be the case, these grand finals can be very close indeed. But we won by 100 points. Unfortunately, the opposing team, well, the wheels fell off. And they were really an excellent team, but that can often happen in a grand final where the pressure is just unbelievable and one team can definitely rise above and the other one just loses their way. So we won by 100 points. It was excellent. Yes! Anyway, I hope you liked the poem. I hope you got into it. If you are watching this from overseas, you must try to pick up an AFL game one day. You'll be amazed at the stamina of these athletes, the speed, the kicking, the lots of fumbling around, which seems a bit funny, but the ball bounces every which way and it's just, well, it's just on the edge of your seat exciting. Anyway, sorry, got a bit carried away. Having a hot flush. Nothing to do with it being summer. So I hope you like the poem and please like, share and subscribe and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye for now.